The diagnosis came in March. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I was 26 years old, sitting in Dr. Catherine Walsh's office at University Medical Center, trying to process words like aggressive and immediate treatment required and bone marrow transplant. "We need to start chemotherapy within the week," Dr. Walsh said, her expression serious but compassionate. "This is a very treatable form of leukemia in young adults, but time is critical. We're looking at intensive induction therapy for 6 to 8 weeks, then consolidation therapy, and if all goes well, maintenance therapy for 2 to 3 years." I nodded numbly. My sister is graduating from medical school in May. I'm supposed to be there. Where is she graduating from? University Medical School. Here. Dr. Walsh paused. I see. Well, let's focus on getting you into remission first. If treatment goes well, you might be able to attend. But I can't make promises. Leukemia treatment is brutal and your immune system will be severely compromised. I called my family that evening. My mother answered. "Mom, I need to tell you something. I was at the doctor today. I have leukemia. I start chemotherapy on Friday." Silence. Then, leukemia? Are you sure? That seems very serious for someone your age. It is serious. It's acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I need immediate treatment. Well, this is terrible timing, Maya. Your sister's medical school graduation is in 2 months. We've been planning this for years. You're not going to make this about you, are you? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Mom, I have cancer. I understand that, but Ashley is graduating from medical school. This is the biggest accomplishment of her life. She's worked so hard for this. You can't overshadow her moment by being sick. I'm not trying to overshadow anything. I'm trying to survive. Just try to keep it quiet, okay? Don't tell Ashley yet. She's stressed enough with final exams. We'll tell her after graduation when she can actually focus on it. You want me to hide my cancer diagnosis? I want you to be considerate of your sister's achievement. She's about to become a doctor, Maya. A doctor. That's a huge deal for this family. Your health issues can wait a few weeks. My father got on the phone. Your mother's right. Ashley has worked her entire life for this. Don't ruin it by making everything about your drama. They hung up. I started chemotherapy on March 24th. The first round was called induction therapy, high-dose drugs designed to destroy the leukemia cells in my blood and bone marrow. It was absolutely devastating. Within days, I was so weak I could barely stand. The nausea was constant. My hair fell out in clumps. I developed painful mouth sores that made eating impossible. My best friend Jordan moved into my apartment to help care for me. She worked remotely, taking breaks to help me to the bathroom, to hold my hair when I vomited, to change my sheets when night sweats soaked through them. "Where's your family?" she asked after 2 weeks. "They don't want me to overshadow Ashley's graduation with my health drama." "Your health drama? You have leukemia. Ashley's graduating from medical school. That's more important, apparently." Jordan stared at me in disbelief. "What the fuck is wrong with your family?" In mid-April, my mother called. "How are you feeling?" "Terrible. The chemo is really hard." "Well, I'm sure you're handling it fine. Listen, we need to talk about graduation. It's in 3 weeks. You're still planning to come, right?" "Mom, I don't know if I'll be well enough. I'm immunocompromised. I can't be in large crowds." "Oh, don't be dramatic. You'll be fine by then. Just wear a mask if you're worried. This is Ashley's day and the whole family needs to be there. She'd be devastated if you weren't." "Has she been told I have cancer?" "We haven't mentioned it. There's no point stressing her out before her big day. We'll tell her afterward." "So she's been in medical school for 4 years, learning about diseases and patient care, and you're hiding the fact that her sister has leukemia?" "She's busy studying for boards. She doesn't need distractions." I spent the next 3 weeks in and out of the hospital. My white blood cell count crashed, leaving me vulnerable to infections. I developed pneumonia and was hospitalized for 5 days. Dr. Walsh was concerned but said the treatment was working. The leukemia cells in my blood were decreasing. "You're responding well to treatment," she said during a checkup. "But you need to stay away from crowds. Your immune system is essentially non-existent right now. Any infection could be fatal." My sister's medical school graduation is this weekend. My family expects me to be there. Dr. Walsh's expression hardened. "Absolutely not. You cannot attend a large gathering in your condition. It's medically inadvisable and potentially life-threatening. They won't understand. Then I'll explain it to them. I called my mother. Mom, Dr. Walsh says I can't come to graduation. My immune system is too compromised. That's ridiculous. Just take some antibiotics. You're going to miss your sister's medical school graduation because you're being overly cautious. I could die from an infection, Mom. This isn't being overly cautious. You're not going to die from going to a graduation ceremony. You're being dramatic again. Ashley is going to be heartbroken if you're not there. After everything she's done for you growing up. What has she done for me? She hasn't called once since I was diagnosed. Because we haven't told her. And we're not telling her until after graduation. This is her moment, Maya. Stop being selfish. Graduation day was May 20th. I spent it in my apartment, too weak to get out of bed, watching Jordan make soup I probably wouldn't be able to eat. My phone buzzed constantly with photos from the ceremony. Ashley in her white coat, Ashley receiving her diploma, Ashley celebrating with our parents. Then around 3 in the afternoon my phone exploded with calls. My mother, my father, my aunt, my uncle, several family friends. I ignored them all. Finally, Jordan answered my mother's call on speaker. "What the hell did you do?" my mother screamed. "What are you talking about?" Ashley's white coat ceremony was cancelled. They cancelled it. The dean pulled her aside and told her she couldn't participate. "What did you tell them?" Jordan and I looked at each other in confusion. "I didn't tell anyone anything. I've been in bed all day." "Someone told the dean about your cancer," my mother said, putting air quotes around the word that I could hear in her voice. "And now they're investigating Ashley for professional conduct violations. This is your fault." "How is this my fault? I didn't." She hung up. 20 minutes later, Dr. Walsh called. "Maya, I need to tell you what just happened. I feel terrible, but I also think it was necessary." "What happened?" "I'm the interim dean of University Medical School. I took over the position 2 months ago while maintaining my oncology practice. I didn't mention it because it wasn't relevant to your care. But today, at the medical school graduation ceremony, I overheard something that I couldn't ignore. My stomach dropped." "What did you hear?" "During the pre-ceremony reception, I was walking past a group of graduating students. Your sister was among them. Someone asked her why her family seemed so tense and she said, and I quote, 'My sister loves hospital drama. She's always claiming something is wrong with her for attention. Right now she's pretending to have some serious illness to overshadow my graduation. She's so pathetic that she'd rather make up medical problems than celebrate her sister becoming a doctor.'" I closed my eyes. She said that. Several of her classmates laughed. One asked what you claimed to have. Your sister said, "Oh, who knows? Last I heard it was leukemia or something equally dramatic. She probably WebMD'd it. She's not actually sick. She just can't stand not being the center of attention." "I do have leukemia." "I know you do. I'm your oncologist. And when I heard a medical student, someone about to take an oath to care for patients, mock her own sister's cancer diagnosis and call it attention-seeking, I had to intervene." "What did you do?" "I approached the group and introduced myself as the dean. I asked your sister to repeat what she just said. She did, clearly not understanding the problem. Then I asked her if she was aware that her sister was my patient. The blood drained from her face. Oh my God. I asked her if she'd visited you during your treatment. She said she didn't know you were in treatment. I asked if she'd called to check on you. She said she'd been busy with exams. I asked if she'd asked your parents about your condition. She said they'd told her you were fine and not to worry about it." Dr. Walsh's voice became harder. "Then I told her that her sister has acute lymphoblastic leukemia and has been undergoing intensive chemotherapy for 8 weeks. That you've been hospitalized twice for complications. That you're currently neutropenic with essentially no immune system. That you couldn't attend her graduation because being in a crowd could literally kill you. And that while she was celebrating her achievement, her sister was at home alone, fighting for her life." "What happened then?" "She tried to defend herself. Said she didn't know it was that serious. I asked her what part of leukemia wasn't serious. She said your parents told her you were exaggerating. I asked her if, as a medical student who'd just completed 4 years of education, she thought acute lymphoblastic leukemia was something people exaggerate. What did she say?" "Nothing. She just stood there. Then I told her that I was postponing her white coat ceremony pending an investigation into whether someone who dismisses a family member's cancer diagnosis as attention-seeking hospital drama has the empathy and professional judgment required to become a physician. I was crying. No. You didn't have to do that. Yes, I did. Maya, I've been a physician for 25 years. I've seen a lot of medical students. Most of them are brilliant, hardworking, and compassionate. But some of them are so focused on their own achievements that they forget medicine is about caring for people. Your sister just demonstrated that she views illness as something people make up for attention. That's not someone who should be wearing a white coat. Over the next hour, I got the full story from various sources. After Dr. Walsh confronted Ashley, she'd pulled her aside and explained that the white coat ceremony, where new doctors receive their white coats and take the Hippocratic Oath, would be postponed until Ashley underwent a fitness evaluation. The evaluation would assess whether Ashley demonstrated the empathy, ethical judgment, and professional conduct expected of physicians. The fact that she'd publicly mocked her sister's cancer diagnosis, called it attention-seeking, and shown no concern for her sister's well-being during months of intensive treatment raised serious red flags. Ashley's classmates had witnessed the entire confrontation. Several of them immediately came forward to report that Ashley had made similar dismissive comments about patient complaints during their clinical rotations, calling patients dramatic or exaggerating when they reported pain or symptoms. The medical school launched a full review of Ashley's clinical evaluations. What they found was a pattern of dismissive behavior toward patients, particularly those with chronic conditions or difficult-to-diagnose symptoms. Multiple attending physicians had noted concerns about her lack of empathy and dismissive attitude, but hadn't formally reported it. My parents were furious. They showed up at my apartment 2 days after graduation, my mother pounding on the door until Jordan let them in. "You've ruined your sister's career," my mother screamed the moment she saw me. "She can't become a doctor because of you." I was lying on the couch, too weak to sit up, and 4 poured in my chest for chemotherapy drugs. I looked exactly like what I was, someone dying of cancer and fighting desperately to survive. My mother didn't seem to notice. "How could you tell the dean about your problems? This was Ashley's moment and you made it all about you." "I didn't tell the dean anything," I said quietly. "She's my oncologist. She already knew I had cancer. You're the ones who hid my diagnosis from Ashley. We were protecting her. She didn't need the stress. She's graduating from medical school and you thought learning about leukemia would be too stressful? What did you think would happen when she actually became a doctor?" My father stepped forward. "The dean said Ashley made concerning statements about your condition. What did you tell people?" "I didn't tell anyone anything. Ashley told her classmates I was faking cancer for attention." Dr. Walsh overheard her. "You're lying," my mother said. "Ashley would never say something like that." Jordan pulled out her phone. "Actually, one of Ashley's classmates posted about it on social media. Should I read it to you?" She didn't wait for an answer. Quote, "Mortified today when our dean confronted a classmate who'd been mocking her sister's cancer diagnosis. The sister has acute leukemia and is in treatment, but the classmate told everyone she was faking it for attention. The dean postponed her white coat ceremony pending investigation. As future doctors, we need to do better." That post has been shared 15,000 times. My parents stared at the phone in horror. "Ashley is being investigated because she demonstrated that she doesn't have the empathy required to be a physician," I said. "That has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with her believing that cancer is something people fake for attention." "She didn't know you really had cancer," my mother protested. "She's a medical student. She should know that leukemia isn't something people fake. And even if she didn't know the details, the fact that she assumed I was lying says everything about her judgment." My father grabbed my mother's arm. "We're leaving. When Ashley's career is destroyed because of this, it's on you." They left. I haven't spoken to them since. The medical school's investigation took 6 weeks. They interviewed Ashley's classmates, reviewed her clinical evaluations, and spoke with patients she'd interacted with during rotations. The findings were damning. Ashley had consistently dismissed patient concerns, particularly those involving pain or chronic conditions. She'd called patients dramatic and attention-seeking. She'd made jokes about patients who came to the ER with anxiety attacks. She told a classmate that, "Some people just like being sick." The medical school's decision was clear. Ashley could not participate in the white coat ceremony. She would be allowed to graduate with her medical degree, but she was required to complete a 6-month remedial program in medical ethics and patient empathy before she could apply for residency programs. Additionally, the incident would be noted in her permanent record. Any residency program she applied to would be informed of the remedial requirement and the reasons for it. Ashley's career wasn't destroyed, but it was permanently marked. Several of her classmates who'd witnessed the incident said they'd never trust her as a colleague. "I completed my induction chemotherapy in June. The scans showed I was in remission. Dr. Walsh said I was responding exceptionally well to treatment. You're going to beat this," she told me. "Your prognosis is excellent. Thank you for standing up for me. You didn't have to do that." "Yes, I did. I'm your doctor, but I'm also the dean of a medical school. It's my job to ensure that we're training physicians who will actually care for their patients. Your sister demonstrated that she views illness as a character flaw rather than a medical reality. That's not someone who should be treating vulnerable people." I continued treatment through the rest of the year, consolidation therapy then maintenance therapy. Jordan stayed with me through all of it. Dr. Walsh monitored my progress carefully, celebrating every good scan, supporting me through every setback. Ashley completed her remedial program but struggled to match into a residency. The incident had spread through the medical community. Programs were hesitant to take someone who'd publicly mocked her sister's cancer diagnosis. She eventually matched into a family medicine residency in another state. We don't speak. My parents send obligatory birthday texts. Nothing more. I'm 28 now, 2 years in remission. My hair grew back. I returned to work. I have regular checkups and everything remains clear. Jordan is now my partner, not just my friend. Dr. Walsh sends me updates about the medical school's new curriculum on patient empathy and compassion. Apparently, my case became a teaching example. Ashley is finishing her residency. I heard through family that she tells people her sister caused problems during medical school out of jealousy. The truth is simpler. She called cancer attention-seeking hospital drama. A dean who happened to be an oncologist heard her. And consequences followed. Some graduates deserve their white coats. Some need to learn what compassion actually means first. And sometimes the doctor is in the room.